Welcome back to Derek on Chain. We got another video coming right at you here with some updates in the market, the Cardano market, cryptocurrency market, blockchain market overall, and some hidden gems, some hidden nuggets that you could take to the bank with you there. Right, nothing that you're going to see in this video is financial advice at all. This is my perspective on the markets, on the blockchain markets in general. So do your own research, do your own due diligence. Don't take my word for it. And it's fun. It's fun when you do your own research and you read your own papers and go through that process yourself, right? There's nothing more liberating than finding out these answers that you're looking for as it pertains to you and your life by yourself, okay? On your own journey. And so, yeah, the markets have been wild lately, right? It has been my thesis since last January where I started to see the markets change, and that was a long time ago. And I noticed the markets were changing back then. And what happens when the markets change from bear to bull, there is a long sideways time, what they call sideways time. And I might take you to TradingView actually and show you what I mean by that with previous bear market to bull market restructuring. It's an accumulation phase, right? It's the bottom of the market. Everybody has a lot of FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And nobody wants to invest because everybody thinks it's going to continue to fall down off a cliff. But all of the smart money investors is what they call them. They call them smart money and dumb money. Smart money begins to invest here, right? These are people who are serious traders who have traded out of the markets up more towards the top of the bubble, and they are now seeking to reinvest and reallocate their funds back into the market, in preparation for the next bull cycle. And so what you see now is a restructuring. It's more evident. I think we're moving away from the bottom a little bit more. Yeah, do we go a little lower than expected? Maybe we did. Could it continue to go down further and go back to those and test those lows? Of course it could. And this is what the market's all about. So again, it's not financial advice. Nothing I'm saying here is, I don't have a crystal ball. I do have two, this is my third bear market to bull market restructuring that I've lived through. So I have that experience. Okay, so let's just take you through, I'm going to take you through some of the updates. If you've been watching my videos, the positions, we'll let you know what's going on with the DEGA ISPO. That's been wonderful. Some new projects I've been looking at, and some updates on some of the apps we've been using and in the DeFi space, right, which is really exciting. So if you're watching here and you're new to the crypto space and you are just purchasing cryptocurrency on an exchange, and you're leaving it on that exchange, your funds are at risk. It's vulnerable. So I always suggest people to find a wallet. And with Derek on Chain here, what I have going on at Crypto Fluency is my website. You can look at that, cryptofluency.com, where I help people understand the blockchain markets as it relates to the Cardano ecosystem. Okay, so I've focused and I've learned over the years, I've had a tremendously diverse portfolio and understood that Cardano is one of the premier, most solid, most secure blockchains that has the most ability to scale. It's the most decentralized, in my opinion. Again, this is all my opinion. And I made this assumption, this speculation, if you will, in like 2019 era there. And so it was wonderful for me to consolidate my portfolio away from, the big ones like Bitcoin and Ethereum and all the ERC20 tokens that I had in my portfolio, and move towards Cardano in anticipation of the CNTs, the Cardano Native Tokens, and the CNFTs that would then come out of the layer one. Okay, so Cardano is the layer one blockchain that is going to be showcased on this channel and in Crypto Fluency as the model blockchain. And of course, all of the other altcoins that you're going to see me talk about today in this video and videos in the past, they're all going to be Cardano Native Tokens. So tokens built on the Cardano blockchain. Okay, and so let me just take you around here and see if I can show you, let me show you Wingriders. Okay, Wingriders is going good. There are a lot of announcements with Wingriders and Minswap actually, where their version 2s are coming out. What I love about Wingriders is you have the swap features, right? If you're newer to Wingriders, this will be a brief introduction. You go into the pro mode, you can swap any swap tokens, like you can take your ADA and you know, whatever your fact. You can hit the pro mode there. It's going to give you a chart, which I love to use. I love to use these charts to kind of see and understand stuff. And then you have your pools. Here are all your pools you can look through, right? And these are going to be ones that have a farm. Okay, and you can check out the Wingriders video for more information on that. And here's like what you're going to look at. You're going to look at your farming, okay, your portfolio, your staking, and this will show you all of that. Then you have governments. They release their launchpad governance. So here I like to track their governance because right here in the WRT distribution overview, you're going to have a complete transparent look at their tokenomics in real time. I mean, no other DEX does this, which I think separates Wingriders a little bit, and it makes it really nice for a investor, a trader like yourself, like me, to understand what they're doing with their tokenomics. So here they have, so Wingriders has 100 million tokens that will ever be minted. When you think of Cardano, and they have 45 billion tokens, 100 million is small, right? Bitcoin only has 21 million, right? And because of the low number, Bitcoin's price can get really high. That's why you see the $35,000 Bitcoin, because there's only 21 million that will ever be minted. And so these projects like Wingriders, Genius Yeild, there's several others that have lower amount of the token supply, and that's something that I'm constantly factoring in when I'm looking at how to invest. So you might have more in quantity of one token and less quantity of another token, but it doesn't mean that the one that you have more quantity of is going to give you better yield just because you have more of a quantity. They might have 5 billion in their token supply. Like Minswap, for example, it's 5 billion tokens. VyFinance up here is 450 million, and their emissions, their distribution goes over like 20 years. Liquid Finance has about 21 million, same as Bitcoin. So it's a very low tokenomic coin. That's not really the greatest way to say that. In their tokenomics, there's only 21 million that will ever be minted. When you look at the documents in Liquid Finance, you're going to see that there's only 21 million of the total token supply. So I look at token supply heavily, right? Blue Shift, for example, the Blues tokens, that's another 100 million token, okay? Genius Yeild, we already said, 100 million. Now, Drip Drops follows the number of Cardano, so that's 45 billion. Okay, and what I like about it is that there's 100 million here. So you can see that 54 million are already released, okay? And then you have 21 million over here in the non-distributed. So this is like what they have left to distribute. And then this is the 17 million locked. And so you can see how much they have locked in like incubation entities, and they've already released 10,600,666. And so on and so forth. Future platform hires, right? You can look at this. It's really simple. Even if you don't have, as soon as you connect your wallet, you don't need to be integrated with Wingriders and to see this chart here, okay? And then down here, the ecosystem development, they have 28 million left, ready to go. They're waiting for the markets to rise to release this 3 million. They probably aren't going to release it all at once, but in increments for the environmental impact fund. And then this is what they did for the initial liquidity on DEXs, and here is what they have for farming. Okay, so I think that Wingriders extends out for about 4 years, 5 years. So, and Okay, Minswap's got a new feature here. This is an earn. Okay, so again, there's the overview where you can create a little watch list for yourself, your favorites. Always click the verified portion here, so you're never looking at a token that isn't verified. All right, you can trade, same thing. They got the pro screen over here. You can double click this area and sort of reset the chart, and that'll give you a different like view. Okay, liquidity. This is to check your pools, or if you want to zap. Again, you can go into my previous videos on Minswap to look at more detail about how Minswap works. And then staking. This is a new thing, which is really nice because you know, I like to move my tokens away from the DeFi instruments, such as the DEXs, like Liquid, the money lending. I'd like to kind of migrate them away from being locked in DeFi and in the staking and the farming and liquidity providing. I begin to just harvest and unstake my positions. That's the correct way to say it. So that all of my positions now are liquid. That's why I was saying, that's what the liquidity is on my mind. And so now that I have them already out in my wallet, they are liquid. They are ready to trade when volatility shifts directly into this bull market, right? So if I go back into, let's say if I go into farms, right? Here are all of the farms. And you're gonna see that I don't have any farms, staked only. See, I have 0 farms. If you look at my other videos, I have a lot of farms. What's really cool about them is the tracking. Now, if I go into the filters and sorting tab and we click on staked only, you're going to see that I don't have anything staked. But you watch my previous videos on Minswap, there was a lot of farms that I was utilizing. Okay, and so let me just show you here. Some of these. So Minswap, right? Like this one here, I have nothing in there. Like I have nothing rewarded. But when you click the harvest, you can see that I use this one tremendously. You know, I got 633,373 min as harvested rewards with an additional 2,614 ADA in that farm. Okay. This one was 500 or 5,000 min. Let's see if I did, yes, so 6,000, almost 7,000 more min there. You have 58 ADA, and I got AGIX on that. Okay, I think I did World Mobile, right? And that was there, about 3,000. I didn't do IUSD. I did NTX. Yep, so I got some min, I got some ADA, I got some NTX. So a lot of these were triple farms. And did I do IAG? No, I didn't do them. I think I did the Indie liquidity bootstrap farm, which was nice. Participated in the first LBE event that they had, the liquidity bootstrapping event with Indie. So projects like Indie Protocol will utilize Minswap to distribute its tokens and raise capital. Okay, it's really nice how these projects can integrate with DEXs. Right, I actually was even in the SNEC meld here. It was I used the old meld. This is the new meld. Okay, liquid. Yep, did liquid. I don't know if I did Shen. I didn't use Shen here. Clay, I might have done clay. Yeah, see, I did some clay. I got some good clay out of that. If you're on, and they're always updating, they're always putting up. That's why you should get into their Discords, because you're always going to see an announcement that has an announcement in relation to a new pool that might come out. Because when the pool comes out, when it's new, the yields are wild. Okay, and then like literally within a week, they start ratcheting down. But it could be like 300%. Okay, here I am taking a look at Hosky. You got the Min, you got the ADA, you got the Hosky. Noom, I think I'm doing Noom in another area. PBX. See all these pools, right? I did VyFi with Minswap. Got some more Min. right? I don't know if I didn't do NMaker. It's probably a good pool to be in. See, 60% here. This is a great pool to be in if you got NMaker. You know, do your own research, look at it. There are risks, right? There's impermanent loss and what have you. And so it's actually CTOS is a coin I've been looking at now. That's a good pool too, right? But some of these pools can be high up. Now these tokens down here, sort of wildcard tokens, but just giving you something to look at, right? Okay, so we're gonna go back up and the earn, right? This is a new function. So I took all those, and you can see I migrated away. I took it all away and put all those tokens into my wallets, right? And so they're now ready to be positioned. They're in position for trading that can come, or to distribute them in other areas. And I'll show you a little bit of that too. So yes, I've staked, okay? I've staked all my min, and I lock it up for 9 months because I want the best APR. And you're going to just get ADA when you do this. So you're not getting any min, and you're just going to get ADA. And so actually I've been doing this for 1 month. On November 4th or October 4th I started that, and so it's a little over a month, and it gave me about 562. So that's not that bad. I mean, if you have a couple, see, I have 8,000 min in my balance, and I could lock that up, you know, for why not? They're just sitting in your wallet. And in my view, right, this is just my view, I don't think that there's going to be a climactic event, and see how this updates like every 20 seconds. I don't think there's going to be a climactic event until about January-ish, December, January, February of next year. You know, so December 2024, January 2025, February 2025, that area. And there could be some sort of super cycle event happening as well. Another thing I want to show you and update you is on VyFinance, okay? So if you aren't familiar with VyFinance, I did a video with the CEO, and it's a really powerful project, okay? I think they're doing a lot of innovative things. VyFinance is something that you should check out. Stephen Ward, he is a really interesting guy and has a background in traditional finance and trading like bonds and trading currencies, like traditional currencies. And it plays directly into what DeFi instruments play into. And so there's a similarity there, and he's got a great perspective. So you go to the home, this is their home. Again, it's their V1, their version 1. You know, you got to connect your wallet. And so I got a little bit of VyFi staked in here. And so I'm getting some VyFi rewards. I just have a couple pools, and they're not that big. My farms. I have a tiny bit of exposure here in these pools. Let me see if I can click the details. Yep, it just tells you the daily emission. Okay, and you can check that out. But what I love about VyFinance are their vaults. Okay, so you click their vaults, right? I learned through the Discord that Cornucopias has set up a vault here in combination with VyFinance, and so boom, you know, I have the tokens in my wallet, get them into this vault, and now I'm earning 3.8% on Cornucopias, right? It's not that much. You can check out the details. So the max payout, there's going to be 600,000 COPY tokens, and that's the duration. So you'll see with some of these vaults that some are locked up, like for instance Noom over here. There's a year lockup period, and so you could see that the countdown 259 days. So that was 365 days. So you lock up the Noom, okay, and boom, you're getting tokens. You're getting tokens here, right? And you can just check out the details. And so I won't be able to harvest this until this clock reaches 0, okay? Or all these tokens fully emit out to everyone, right? So there's 8 million that they have paying out, okay? I could harvest these anytime because there's no lockup period. So I could just harvest them right now, boom. See, I can't do it for the Noom. Now, GOKEY is another project that I have been interested in. If you don't know, because I haven't really mentioned it, I'm also a real estate agent. I have my real estate license, and I am a realtor. And so GOKEY is a real estate project. I got my real estate license actually in the past couple months. It's been on my mind to do it for a while. I think that the future of blockchain integrates into many industries, real estate being a massive one. And so I got my real estate license here. I'm in Pennsylvania. And GOKEY is a project that is focused on the real estate industry. And so right now, GOKEY for me is a wonderful little speculation. Do your own research, read their white paper, look at their team. The guys just did some talks at the Cardano Summit, not the one in Dubai, but other satellites. And yeah, I started this a while ago, maybe a couple months ago. You lock it up, and then see, it's the thing. If you continue to invest in GOKEY, for instance, you can stake it again, and then just bring it in, and it'll create an additional separate stake position for you, locked in a vault. And again, I can harvest these at any time. It just says that GOKEY does not have decimals. Some of these projects don't have decimals, so harvest will be rounded down to the nearest whole number. Okay, and there we go. I got several of these, right? Just gaining the rewards. Okay, so you have to be comfortable. You have to understand. Don't dive into anything unless you understand. Okay, that each of these different places like VyFi, Minswap, Genius Yeild, Liquid, they all have their own like attributes that you could integrate with your position, your portfolio. And again, we are only talking about Cardano Native Tokens. Drip drops is another one. Love drip drops. I'm always doing drip drops every single epoch. I have been since the beginning. I mean, like 2 years. It's like going on 2 years now doing drip drops. Coming up on 2 years. I think March this year will be 2 years. It's fantastic. I mean, drip drops is great. And got 2 positions here with drip drops. Boom, boom. Okay. It'll always tell you how much the price of ADA is at any given moment and the price of VyFi over here. Okay. And there's other stuff. Go ahead and play around. You can also check the bar. I do have some XVyFi. But yeah, check out my video with Stephen Ward. It's really pretty cool, right? We had a fun time. Okay, Genius Yeild. Genius Yeild is another beast. Okay, this is the beast coming out into the world. They are about, right? You're going to look at their website now. It's going to say coming soon. Okay, coming soon. Everything's coming soon. But is my view that when Genius Yeild comes out, they're going to hit the ground running. Okay, they have a lot of fantastic things coming up, and look at their white paper. Read about Genius Yeild. The team is phenomenal. Lars. And so many others. And I'm excited about this because this decentralized exchange, this is a DEX protocol, just like VyFinance, just like Minswap. They are a protocol that is seeking to use the ingenuity of Cardano's software, okay? The brilliance of Cardano to make their DEX an order book DEX, like you would see in most traditional major centralized exchanges, right? And so all these DEXs are automated market maker DEXs. These are AMM DEXs that use liquidity pools, and you provide liquidity, and they rely on a pool of individuals, hundreds if not thousands of individuals coming together, locking their liquidity into the pools, and that provides liquidity. And for you locking that liquidity into these AMM DEXs, you are getting little fee rewards and stuff like that. So read Minswap's white paper, read VyFinance's white paper, and you will understand how you can gain yield and also what impermanent loss is as it relates to the traditional AMM DEXs. And so every single other DEX, decentralized exchange that exists in all of crypto, so think of all the Ethereum DEXs, they are all automated market maker DEXs like Uniswap, PancakeSwap. They are all AMM DEXs. The first DEX to try to tackle and conquer an order book DEX is Genius Yeild. So I love Genius Yeild, and I have been using Genius Yield's vaults, okay, for a long time. And you should look at these vaults just so you're aware of the different qualities of these vaults. So I got to connect your wallet. Boom. They accept Nami, Eternal, and Lace. Okay. You click your wallet there, and you get integrated into Genius Yeild here. We'll see. All right, so here we are. You want to click a new staking vault. These are the only tokens that they're allowing in their vault. Okay, so Gens, NMaker, NTX, Impala, Genius X. If you don't like any of these tokens, well, you're not going to use Genius Yeild. Okay, so I would do your own research on looking at like these tokens: NMaker, NTX, Impala, Genius Yeild. Okay, these are all tokens that I believe in. I think they're doing fantastic things. Okay, so there's a couple things to understand. I mean, I've already went through this, but just to recap, because I've added to these vaults. So here's the token, okay? You can lock it up for 12 months. Let's see if I can do this. Let's go for Gens tokens, because I do have some extra in my wallet. See how it says 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, right? So for instance, you can't just lock these up like you can in VyFi and take them out whenever you want, right? They all have a lock period. So that's something to keep in mind, right? And they have this big thing, this big little exclamation point saying, be aware that tokens and NFTs cannot be unstaked until the lock period is over. So you have to understand that when you lock these up for 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, you're not gonna be able to get them back. So for instance, if Genius Yeild goes up in value like 100%, and I'm like, oh my God, I wanna take them out and sell and make a profit or what have you, you're not gonna be able to do that. So you have to understand what's going on in real time when you do this, okay? It's gonna ask you the amount you wanna put in, okay, 9 months, 12 months, and that's gonna change the APY. So the longer you put it in, the more APY you're going to receive, right? So what was the 6 month? What was that 6 month? 9%, okay? 9 month here is going to be, what is it? As it takes its little time, 11%. 12 months, is it 15? I think it's 15% plus. Yes, 15% plus. You can have an NFT that will give you a 2% APY boost. Okay. All right. And so you can do that with Genius Yeild. And so what do I have? I have locked it up for 12 months. Last year, on December 22nd, 2022, I began this vault. It's my first vault. And so on December 22nd, 2023, right before the holidays coming up, I will be able to harvest and relinquish this vault. Okay, and so year to date, I have gathered 701 Gens tokens, because I also have this NFT here. That's why you got to do your research. You got to understand which NFTs qualify. It's not that hard to understand. You just like get into the Discords, ask people questions. They're going to tell you immediately. They're going to tell you exactly where to go on JPEG Store or your favorite Cardano NFT marketplace, where you can snag one of these NFTs, like the mascot coin, for an additional 3%. As you can see, I also have another Gens vault. Okay, once I really began to do my research and took more of a position in Gens, I then found that there was an NFT that gave you an additional 5% NFT boost. So I locked that baby up for 12 months also in April 20th of 2023. And that's going to give me 20%. Okay, it's more than the 18, which is nice. And so here I am. I have 3,500 Gens tokens just vesting and staking. Okay, NMaker is another one that I have. We mentioned NMaker. 150,000 NMaker tokens staked, 10%, right? I'll be able to get them April 19th. So you see I kind of did these day after day. And then Gen X. Okay, Gen X, again, I sort of tested this one out. 5%, 6 months, just tested this one out. And then I realized a lot more about their NFTs. So I got this NFT. Look at this one, 12 months, okay, locked July 24th, 2024 is when I'll be able to take that out. Got that NFT in there, the Titan, for 10% boost, which gives me 21% yield. This is a really good one. Impala, I began that 6 months ago, and that came available for me to harvest, and I did harvest it, and then I just put it right back in. I just locked it right back in for another 6 months with their little community founding Empower NFT to get my 0.5% boost, 5.25. I mean, my thought is that, okay, if it's sitting in your wallet, one thing, right, and why not just get a little bit of a boost? You have to understand what you're doing here, though, right? You don't just think, oh, I'm gonna get these yields, and really understand what you're doing. NTX is another example of one that I put in for 3 months. It came available. I re-locked it in. So January 27th. Okay, so 3 months ago I did that one. I think that NTX, it only has the 3-month availability, right? Okay, so that's something to consider. And I don't think that they have, I don't know if they have NFTs you can use for NTX. So, right, you got to do your research. They'll tell you. So I got 6% on that. Again, I think I started this out at 400,000. So they got 13,000 there because I've been restaking every 3 months, and already I've gotten 7,000. All right, so January 27th, you back up a month. What is that? December 27th, back up another month. I did this on October 27th, right? So not that long ago. Okay, what, 10 days ago or something? And then I started to really leverage and learn a lot more about NMaker. This is one that I've been in NMaker for a while now, right? But during Catalyst, I realized that NMaker is extremely powerful because they had their own category to vote upon. And NMaker does fantastic things with the NFT marketplace space. They help you issue, like if you're an artist, they help you mint and issue your NFTs. It's an extremely valuable utility, and I went on a deep dive into their papers, their documents, their team, and their pricing and their tokenomics. So I began another vault, okay, 10%, and then I became more aware as I kind of tested this one out again and realized that they have specific NFTs that you can use for an additional boost, okay? Like for instance, if I go over here to the JPEG store, it's right up, the NMaker seaplanes, okay? And so these are the NFTs. JPEG store is an NFT marketplace with Cardano. And so you can see there's bronze, right? This is a bronze. This is a silver NFT. And then you're gonna see gold NFTs, okay? And actually, they're starting to get up there. There is still a gold NFT here for grabs for about 124 ADA at 35 cents, right? You do the math. The ones that I got were actually like, I think 70 and between 60 and 70. And so if you stake, I forget reading the white paper a couple days ago, but there is a certain allocation that it boosts. Okay, so this is 3%. It could be like 2% and like 1% or something like that with the bronze and the silver and the bronze. So there we go. Okay, so we got 13% going. Again, though, these are locked up for 12 months. So November 2nd, right? That was 5 days ago I did this, and a couple days ago, November 4th. So just to give you some awareness that I'm in these markets for the long haul, okay? I'm in these positions, and I believe in this space. I believe in what Cardano's doing for blockchain and the cryptocurrency space overall. And so these projects like NMaker, Genius Yeild, almost every single one that I'm into, I believe in these projects, right? So I'm not nervous to lock them up for 12 months with the possibility being the prices can go volatile in the upward direction, and I'm thinking, oh my God, I should sell and make a profit, right? There's much more to holding these tokens than just making a profit, right? That's why they're not necessarily securities. So there's these battles going on with the SEC right now, talking, is it a security or is it a commodity? And they want to classify crypto as being a security. And so a security is like a stock. from a company, like you hold shares of a company. And really the shares have no utility, right? The only value of the share to the shareholder, right? You're a shareholder, you're somebody who has a portfolio of stocks. You're holding them just because you're hoping the value goes up. You're hoping to make money. That is what a security is. You're just holding it because you're holding on. It's an investment that you hope is going to make money. And so that's what, like everyone, 90% of the people I talk to have all their money in stocks and bonds. Okay. So I don't hold any stocks. I don't hold any stocks because I think that the markets here, the cryptocurrency markets, are much more advantageous. That's just my thinking, my theory. So my portfolio is diversified across Cardano NFTs, Cardano Native Tokens, and Cardano itself. But, right, this is just an educational video on my perspective, and it has no bearance and no weight into actual reality. I'm not promising anything of the future. And in saying that, these aren't securities to me, right? They are more of a commodity. They are utility tokens. They have a massive utility. And so NMaker, for instance, has a tremendous amount of utility for artists and developers who want to push out an NFT project. And there's much more to the utility of what NMaker does. In addition to all of that, as far as how it helps artists and individuals with their projects, and corporations can use NMaker. Like for instance, smart places used NMaker for their minting process. That's massive when you think about it, how difficult that is to do, and NMaker is solving that problem for people, for enterprises. And then in addition to all that, there's a governance aspect. So when you hold the tokens, you can then vote and take part in their governance models that will come, right? Cardano is right now involved in what they call SIP 1692, and this is a constitution for Cardano. They are going full decentralization, setting the bar high for all of crypto, right? See, with the lack of regulation, what Cardano is doing is actually building a model that they can deliver to governments, and such that when understood, these governments can use this as a benchmark of credibility, security, because the reason they are concerned about all of this regulation is to protect. There's like two major reasons: to protect investors, right? Regulation, everybody freaks out. They're all scared about it. It's to protect investors. And the second is to avoid and counteract anti-money laundering, okay? So that's why KYC, like know your customer, and AMM, and AML, we just talked about the DEX as AML, anti-money laundering. Okay, these are all measures put in place, and Cardano is building their network, their code, their framework, their entire protocol with these principles in mind, knowing that they need to be flexible with their regulation, with the regulatory environment, not just in the United States, but in all the different countries that have different standards, okay? And so, God, I don't want to get into the weeds of it that much anymore with the regulation, but if I'm investing in a blockchain, I'm wanting to be in Cardano personally, because some of these other projects might have a difficult time being flexible as it relates to regulation, okay? So think about that. And so let's look at some other tools that I use to help me make these decisions, and maybe you can also look at that as well. For one, let's go to Discord real quick before I move any further. Here we go. Here we're at Discord. Okay, Discord is a fantastic project Banker coin is another thing I've been looking at because there's a lot of stuff on it. It's a meme token kind of a thing, but they have a kind of a white paper. And look at it, right? It just, every time I'm interested, I go from their website to their place, and I look and I ask questions and I say hi, and I'm like, whatever, right? If they answer and I'm looking at good news constantly, then I might, take a couple ADA and pass it into Banker tokens, right? So what is this? Linkage Finance, we got Infinity Pools, C-Swap's another new one that I have a little bit of a position in. DEGA, okay, DEGA is like going all over the place. They are by far probably the most active. They are in an ISPO right now, an initial stake pool offering. I'll show you their dashboard in a second. Blue Shift, right? So we just looked at Blue Shift, right? General, right? If you're not familiar with Discord, you must be if you're serious about being in these projects here, right? If you're not on their Discord, then you're not really serious, because you're just kind of Hail Marying, I call it, right? You don't want to be a Hail Mary. You want to really understand Smart Places, GOKEY, OrcFax, Drip, Wingriders, Jam on Bread's another NFT marketplace, ISPO, NMaker. Okay, so they got these Twitter spaces, right? And what I love about it, join an exclusive Twitter space, perfect. Look at this one. They are honored to announce a groundbreaking partnership with Emergo. Okay, marketing their first ever collaboration of this scale. That's great. And so these are wonderful announcements. Emergo, if you don't know, is one of the founding partners of, one of the Trinity partners of Cardano. So you have IOG, Input Output Global, which is Charles's and many others, their company. Then you have Cardano Foundation, which hosted and held the Cardano Summit just now in Dubai. And then you have Emergo, okay? So that's huge. See, when I see news like this, when did this come out? 11/3, this was after my vaults. I didn't even, before I actually did my Genius Yeild vaults. So you can look, right? If you're just clicking into NMaker, I always go to the announcements. Like, you have to get verified in here, and then I go to their announcements and I skim up to see what they just did. What are they doing? Are they doing anything that's nice? Do they have announcements? And so on and so forth, right? Genius Yeild, Giro, Cornucopias is probably the second active beyond DEGA. They're constantly doing stuff. It's just like a really wonderful project that if you're in the Cardano ecosystem, you probably know about. And we're going to switch over to Safari. Okay. Yes. Okay. Intersect. It might be a good time to just talk to you about this. Go onto Intersect and read this website. Now, I joined to become a founding member of Intersect. Now, Intersect is the governance mode, the governance organization of the Cardano ecosystem. Okay, so you can check out their roadmap. This is I said 1692 earlier. It's 1694. Explore the 1694 SIP. You can explore the roadmap. Okay, you can check out the news, and you can join simply by providing your email address, your name, your username for other tools. Are you joining as an individual or a company? What areas of organization would you contribute? Are you into the NFT space? Are you into dApps? Or are you a stake pool operator? Do you have a website? Do you have any social media URLs? A little bit anything else you'd like to add? And then you submit it, and you go through the process, and they'll send you an email. Okay, they'll send you an email, and you can learn what it's like to become a founding member. It's actually pretty interesting what's happening with Intersect. Now, I think this is to have a membership. You are going to. It is a fee that you will pay like yearly to be a part of it, because so it's a little bit more involved than you think, and you don't need to be involved in it. And I don't know if I will actually go through with the entire process, depending on what the fee is. It might be a lot, because this is like a serious thing. Intersect is serious. It's a serious it could be like a career for you, man. You know, like that's the thing about this Intersect, is that if you get involved in this, it can actually literally be a career for you. Okay, so that's enough about Intersect. Check it out. I'm glad I had that up there. You know, Tap Tools is something I use a lot. Tap Tools is great. Taptools.io. If you're not into it, click it, and then you can find your coins that you like, and you can create a token watch list. You can also do a watch list pro, where you would connect your wallet. I don't do that. I just have the regular account, and I have a token watch list. So all these starred are tokens that I'm interested in investing in. And what I love about it is it gives you the current state of things with every project. So the volume trading gives you a nice little chart to show you if it's going down or what's happening. 30-day, 7-day, 24 hours. It also gives you the price in ADA. So how much is AGIX according to ADA, and then the US dollar value. And so what? Yeah, WMT, COPY, MIN, all of them. And then I go down and I'm looking at any opportunities, looking at how these projects are performing, right? NTX, for instance. This is a beautiful one. If you don't know about NTX, it's made in partnership with AGIX, Singularity Net. It's the same group. And this is like a cloud storage type of AI beautiful thing. Check it out, right? Again, read, take the time. It only takes you about a half hour. Is a half hour worth it for you to make sure you understand what you're doing? Noom, Flack's another good one. You know, the guys who presented Cardanoscan, the guys who have Cardanoscan, they built VyFinance, which is targeted in the India market, where India has the highest remittances. There's a lot of opportunity in India, so Flack's kind of like a little bit of a hedge. Mel, Gens, and Powa, right? What I love about Tap Tools, it's way better, in my opinion, than something like Coingecko or Coinmaketcap, and that's what I was using. I was using those. But this is so much better because it has a lot of these like wildcard tokens down here, you know, like Society Token, for instance. There's a pretty big group, SNEC. You're not going to find these, or the Cardano Charity Token, in Coinmarketcap, Coingecko, and stuff like that. So a lot of these tokens I become familiar with through drip drops, right? Sunday, NMaker, Hosky, PBX. OrcFax is another beautiful one that I think you should look at. It's the Oracle. It's an Oracle for Cardano, Clay Nation, Shen, Drip, GOKEY. So a lot of these tokens are having some accelerations. And CTOS is another one, like right, the banker token there, space coins and all that. Let me see, right? And if you're thinking about any of these tokens, you're like, okay, well, let's try to find one. This is what I normally do, like NTX, for example. You just click anywhere in the bar, and it'll pop open. It'll give you NTX's chart in like real time. Okay, and you could see, wow, okay, what's going on with NTX? And so if I hit the shift button, if I hold down the shift button and then click the mouse pad, I can then draw up. And this is TradingView. So if you're not familiar with TradingView.com, go to TradingView.com and begin to play with charts. So you can see that what I did was I measured, this is a measure tool, I measured the gain. So 53% gain, 18 bars, right? This is a daily chart right here. One day. I could also go into a week or a month, and I will do that. Okay, and so that's like around 17 bars. So 17 days it took it. It's continuing out. So I will go through this process of like looking at how much a project has dropped in value. How many days, right? 44%, and what's the average. So I might try to extend this out. And something like NTX here, if it gets a little jamboozled, I'll go over here and I'll hit the week. So now every single bar, you double click, hit reset chart, It'll kind of put things into more of a perspective for you. Now every single bar here is not 1 day anymore, it's 1 week per bar, right? So if I click that tool here and come all the way down, right, to like this bottom here, that is 32 bars, that's 32 weeks, okay? And so when you do the week, it gives you the opportunity to see more of the chart history, okay? What I love about it too, it gives you the daily volume, pooled ADA, pooled NTX, how many holders there are, right? The market cap, diluted, total supply, the max supply, right? So the max supply tokens in NTX here, 1 billion tokens that'll ever be minted, okay? And there's more than half, see 56.9% are already released into the market. Okay, so they're over halfway in their emissions. And I look at these things, right, to understand, you know, what it is, and you can look in real time, these, you know, buyers and sellers. And again, remember I talked about FLAC. See, this is Cardanoscan. Let's click that so you can understand. Cardanoscan is fantastic. They're a whole nother animal to look at. And the owners, okay, the guys that created Cardanoscan created FLAC Finance. Just that could be a little nugget for you there. All right, and so yeah, you just click out of that, go back to your tap tools, and you can always check out these projects in real time. And it gives you, instead of reading the white papers all the time, I actually have all these written down. I've went through, taken the time to understand what the token supply is of all these, how much is already out there, diluted market cap, circulating supply. These are wonderful terms that you could ingrain into yourself. Look at this drop, huh? That has been over 80%. Like the markets have crashed literally 90%, right? It's just wild. So the potential for these projects to move upwardly is right around the corner. Let me see if there's anything else I've been thinking about. Oh, the DEGA chart. I can show you the DEGA dashboard. Okay, DEGA dashboard. If you're one of the few people who looked at my DEGA video and went into their ISPO, DEGA has a, if you go to just like DEGA, DEGA.org is their website, okay? Their products, you can read, right? You can read all their, look at this. Look at what they're, I'm telling you, DEGA is interesting in that it's the first ever multi-chain ISPO. So they are also doing it with Polkadot, not just Cardano, which is pretty interesting, okay? Because the future of cryptocurrency is, blockchain in general, the market, the industry, is interoperability, okay? And so their ISPO, what's an ISPO, all that. Pre-mint pass blog, and then what am I looking at? The dashboard, right? You click the reward dashboard, you're gonna come to that screen that I just showed you, right? So we'll, where's my screen? So we'll go over here to the screen. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to like Cardanoscan, actually, right? And you're going to paste your wallet address into Cardanoscan to get your staking key, right? And I'll show you. So this is just the cumulative ADA per epoch. So, you know, 24 million ADA here. Every single epoch, it kind of tracks how much ADA is staked in the stake pool. And if you don't know where to look at that information, you go to Pool.pm. Okay, you come over here and you click in, you type in DEGA, and I have this sort of right here. And in real time, it's going to give you all of these people. Every single thing here you see is a person's stake allocation. So if someone is staking 712,000 ADA in the pool, and they started in epoch 434. This guy started at 418, 980, right? And it goes down. It tells you this person is capturing 4.23% of the distribution of DEGA rewards, and just so on and so forth. It goes all the way down. Okay, tracks all these people. Currently there's 1,484 delegations, and you could find yourself here, right? You could find yourself. with the amount there. So if you are delegating to the DEGA stake pool and you don't know about Pool.pm, this is really cool because you can actually find yourself with the exact amount that you're delegating. You go ahead and find your exact amount and you can click into it, okay? And you can see yourself. You can see that you also have like this. This isn't me. I just randomly clicked here. I just randomly clicked. He has some reach. Okay, so this guy participated in the first ever multi-token ISPO. Okay, that is amazing. This guy did that. I actually did that too. And for that multi-token ISPO, you got Dragon Gold, Reach, Legidity, and Hyena tokens. That's amazing. And so if the reason I think he's got the cornucopias here is because if you have cornucopias and maybe meld, you get an additional boost, I think, in this stake pool. But that's awesome. I've never seen anybody else that has, in real life, that I've met yet. I don't know who this person is, but it'd be cool if for some bizarre occurrence that this person would watch this video and then reach out. Because it's just cool. I've never met anybody who's participated in the first ever multi-token ISPO. Okay, and so yeah, this person is participating in this because it's the first ever multi-chain ISPO, right? And it's just something nice to be a part of that. And so you can find yourself, okay? You can find yourself right in here. And so then you can go to the DEGA dashboard and sort of track your rewards, okay? And so you'll have a stake address that you type into Cardanoscan. You type in your address here and it'll give you your staking key, and you type that in. You can enter it here. You add your address. It'll tell you where your network is, ADA in this case. The current date, this is the last epoch. It just ended. This is my live stake, 225,000 ADA, and then this is my accumulated rewards. And what I love about this, okay, is that when you drop it down, it's going to tell you and show you each way you've gotten the rewards all the way back. So we started this in June. Now let's go all the way down. Wow, it's a lot. Started this in June 19th. Okay, I actually referred somebody personally. If you refer somebody, you get a little boost. So if you're looking at this now and you're thinking, oh my God, I missed out, you could still delegate to the pool. They would love if you delegated to the pool, right? The pool is going to be going to the middle of January, so don't worry, right? Go ahead and get in there and delegate your stake, and you have to understand what that means. One of the beauties of Cardano is it's liquid, non-custodial staking. So you can stake to stake pools like DEGA, and your funds are liquid. You could take them out. DEGA never has possession of your tokens, right? So you always remain in control of your tokens. You delegate your stake ID to them, and you forfeit your rewards. So the rewards that you would get to your wallet go to the DEGA team so that they can build their project wonderfully. And in return for that, you are going to be given DEGA tokens. And that's how the ISPOs work. And so you got the stake, the partner, I got the NFTs that I qualified, and that's what I got for the epoch of 624, okay? And then so the next epoch, the 629, and these epochs happen every 5 days. You get the NFT, right, the partner, the stake, and then so on and so forth. And then if you continue to look up, so we got the 714, the 719, and then in epoch 88, this epoch, they began to play into the duration. So you got an additional boost for your duration. And so if you have been since the beginning, you're going to get these rewards, and you might not even know that the DEGA dashboard exists. So hopefully you can see now. You can type in, you go to Cardanoscan, that place we were just at. You enter your address, and it will give you your stake key, and you put it right in there. And see my stake key is like this. It's right here. And then every single epoch, it'll show you your rewards. And the duration actually, when did the duration increase to the two? So my duration, I didn't change. So you see how the duration is 1564, and then over here it was like 2000. So the longer you're in it, the more rewards you get. okay? And so that's the stake, right? So you can go over there. I could find myself. Where am I at? This is me right here, right? So yeah, I have the dragon. I got the reach, the legidity, the hyena from that, and yeah, some other ones, right? Right, it's just one of my wallets that I'm using to delegate to the DEGA stake pool. All right, I think that was the last bit of information. Can't really think of anything else right now, and so that's a little update. That's a little update on the markets, the Cardano industry right now. Things are looking towards the governance and looking towards scale. Okay, the world is going crazy right now, right? There's so much that's happening in the world that's negative. What I love about the cryptocurrency industry is that there's a lot of positive. There's a lot of excitement. There's a lot of positive. And so I've stopped watching the news. I've stopped watching, TV, really, commercials. I mean, I've stopped doing that a long time ago, and I have just poured myself into the market, into these projects and these updates. And I was never a reader. Now I'm reading Medium articles, and I'm listening to Twitter things, and I'm listening to these recordings, and I'm listening to every video that they put out. The Cardano Foundation just put out about the future of Cardano in the summit. So look at Charles's speech in the summit. It's a wonderful speech. It puts things into perspective for you. And so I look at the cryptocurrency markets as a hedge against negativity, to be honest. And for that, it has given me a great look and insight into opportunities that right now, what is the world focused on? They're focused on sports. They're focused on, the football going on or whatever, sports betting. They're in the world of things. And I like to focus my efforts and my attention on stuff that's not so negative. I mean, sports aren't negative. And I watch sports right now. I'm outside of Philadelphia. We're watching the Eagles. But I'm not like die hard into the craziness of everything, right? And the sports betting and all of that stuff. So have fun. This is all about having fun, right? Don't take out a credit card to invest in this stuff. Don't even invest in this stuff if it's going to make you crazy, right? And make sure you understand what you're doing, right? Make sure you're treating your wallet and your passcodes properly. Make sure you understand what you're doing and you're not just rushing into this stuff with greed and this like fixation on making crazy money. Because if you're thinking that, you're probably going to just spend that on something stupid once you do make it. Okay, so think about this as something that is fun, it's exciting, and you're a part of something that's changing the world. You're a part of something that you can vote on with these companies, with these organizations. Oh, I didn't show you liquid finance. Well, hey, that'll be the next video. But there's constantly things that they're doing. Their voting mechanism is so wonderful. That's like the money lending platform. That's the one thing I didn't show you, but hey, that leaves me the room to get another video out to you soon, and I'll talk to you about what's going on with Liquid there, because it's another wonderful project that you could support. So I'm not investing in these companies to make the money. I'm investing in these companies in my own personal way. About my approach to it is that I'm a part of the resilience of them. Okay, I am excited about their utility. I like voting and being a part of the community, not just trying to make a buck when the markets go up, right? And trying to get in when the markets are down. It's advantageous to understand those processes, and there is an aspect to trading. Okay, there is an aspect to trading the swings, and we will get into that as the time comes. Okay, that's why I put these videos out and began to do these videos in the transitionary phase, when the restructuring of the markets are moving away from this bearish sentiment to the bullish sentiment. So could this be the last time for you to get in position? It quite possibly could be. Who knows if the markets will jump towards 50 cents in Ada's case, or towards $50,000 at Bitcoin in Bitcoin's case. With the spot ETF, insanity that might happen. Okay, so you got to beware. You got to buckle up, because These things move, and they move quick, they move fast, and they don't really care if you're paying attention. All right, so cheers to that. Have a great day. I hope you learned something out of this. If you have any questions, come to Crypto Fluency, shoot me an email, and we will talk soon. Right? Stay strong.